Hi there, I'm Jen, this is Remembered Reads, and this is day 4 of the 12 Days of Litmus. The 12 Days of Litmus is a 12-day video challenge created by Adrian and Dalton from Stripped Cover Lit. I will link to their announcement video below. And today's prompt is to name the best poem that you read this year. And this was tricky because it asks for a single poem. And I would very clearly say that my favorite collection of poetry was Leanne Betasamosake Simpson's Islands of Decolonial Love, which is a combination of short stories and songs/poems, which I thought was spectacularly successful, but I don't know that any one of those would be my favorite. In fact, I don't know that this year I have a single standout poem in the way that I did last year with some of the poetry in Kai Cheng Thom's A Place Called No Homeland, which I thought there were several in there that were really spectacular and stood out. I think the only poem that I really remember, I don't even remember the name of, but it was collected in Kim Fu's How Festive the Ambulance, which had a one-page prose poem that had a line about understanding pop culture requiring an understanding of New York geography that I thought was really interesting. And just that line has stayed with me and made me notice how many New York geography moments there are in pop culture. So I think that would be the standout, but really this year hasn't had a poem that really kind of hit me and made me think, wow, on its own, as opposed to in conjunction with whatever work it was collected in. But since that discussion of poems that I half remember isn't nearly as entertaining as the poetry recitals that I know a lot of people are doing today, I thought I'd add in something different and do a flip through of this book of both poems and photographs. The poetry in here is by Adam Smalls, who is an Afrikaans language poet who I first heard about on Rashmika Likes Books channel, and I will link to her video where she talks about some of his poetry below, and I just thought this would be an interesting flip through. So enjoy!